In today's episode, let's make together the hottest gift in town, an amazingly aromatic, spicy, and non-spicy chili oil. Lei Hong Man, how's it going in Cantonese? Welcome to Young Man Cooking, I'm Yeung. This holiday season, I'm making some bottles of chili oil to give away to friends and family. Like many of the recipes here on the cooking show, this one is adaptable, and I make the chili oil a little different every time. The real gift for yourself is the ability and the willingness to experiment rather than following a rigid recipe. Anyways, let's get started. I'm using these nice glass bottles purchased from IKEA. This recipe is good for about 8 small bottles, but of course you can multiply it to make more. Roughly chop 1 red onion. You can substitute this with regular white onions if that's what you have on hand. Six pieces of garlic, roughly chopped. Medium piece of ginger, roughly chopped. Roughly chop about 6 sticks of green onion. These simple aromatics will make an amazing base for that chili oil. Sauté pan. Medium heat. 2 cinnamon sticks. 2 star anise. 2 teaspoons cloves. 2 teaspoons cardamom pods. Toast the whole spices for about 3 to 5 minutes. Set the spices aside. Turn off the heat on the pan and add in 2 liters or 8.5 cups of avocado oil. You can definitely use another neutral flavored oil. I like avocado oil because it has a high smoke point. Very carefully place in those aromatics. Add in the whole spices. Pan back on medium heat. 2 teaspoons white sesame seeds. 3 teaspoons salt. Carefully give the pan a stir. When it starts to bubble, turn the heat to medium-low and let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. Just a side note, coconut oil may work but may have an incredibly strong coconut flavor. Olive oil will taste straight up like burnt oil. Like I mentioned, every time I make chili oil, it's a little bit different. It's super casual, super fun. There's probably so many variations of chili oil made on the cooking show here on YouTube, especially through the 4 Young Man Cooking cookbooks, which of course have recipes where you can use the chili oil in. For more information about these print books or a digital version, you can check out that link in the description box below, or you can visit youngmancooking.com. I'm using gochugaru, which is a Korean pepper powder. The coarse ground flakes makes it ideal for making chili oil, whereas using a fine powder like a paprika will most likely burn quite quickly. Add in 1 cup of gochugaru. Give the pan a stir and watch it turn a beautiful ruby red color. Allow it to simmer for 3 to 5 minutes, then turn the heat off. Let the chili oil cool completely. This may take some time, but be patient as the flavors will continue to intensify. Very carefully pour the oil into a bowl through a strainer. Be sure to use a spatula to clean out the pan, as we'll be using it again. Press out as much oil through the strainer as you can. This strainer is actually used for pasta, but just because there was a lot of content in the pan, it was just a little bit easier to use. You can definitely leave a little bit of that sediment in the actual chili oil, but for today, I think we're going to strain it out as much as possible and use a little bit of a finer sieve. Very carefully pour the oil through a finer mesh strainer. This will be your non-spicy chili oil completed. It should be nicely aromatic, lightly seasoned with a bold, smoky flavor. We're also going to make a spicy version, just for those friends who need a little bit of spice in their life, but we're definitely not going to stop at just 3 little peppers. Slice in half the scotch bonnets. In this episode, I'm using about 200 grams of scotch bonnets. Place the sliced peppers into the pan. Carefully pour in half of the non-spicy chili oil. medium heat. When the oil begins to bubble, turn the heat to medium-low. Let that spiciness simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. In the meantime, very carefully bottle the non-spicy chili oil. I'm placing a dried red pepper into the bottles that will hold the spicy chili oil. When completely cool, very carefully pour the oil and peppers into a bowl through a strainer. You can definitely use these peppers to blend up and make a hot sauce like in the past episode if you like. Very carefully bottle the remaining chili oil. This spicy chili oil is quite spicy, so be adventurous but also beware. These can be stored in room temperature in sealed bottles for several weeks or about 5 to 6 months refrigerated. I love that crimson ruby red color, and that smells just amazing. Wow, that definitely has a little bit of a spicy kick, but it doesn't hit you right up front. It kind of builds up a bit, which is really nice. There's that light seasoning and really bold aromatic flavors. This definitely will get your friends and family coming back for more. I hope you enjoyed today's chill episode. If you were interested to find out more information about the 4 Young Men Cooking cookbooks, there's a print or digital version available in the link in the description box below, or you can check out youngmencooking.com. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. If you're not already subscribed with that notification bell clicked, remember to do so that we can cook together again in the next episode.